Hello and welcome to Young at Heart. I'm Emma Healey. Now, this session can be done stood up or seated in a chair, but you will need trainers or close fitting shoes on your feet because we'll be doing all sorts of different activities in this half-hour session. One of them is balance practice, and you need to be safe with close fitting shoes on your feet. Now, if you are in a chair, just make sure it's a solid and strong chair, no wheels, and we have the knees and the hips at the same height. All right, that will be perfect for you. We are going to start this session with a bit of a warm up, and then we'll be doing a little bit of cardio. Now, that can be done in the chair, or I'll be doing it standing. Okay, but you do hold on to your chair. We'll use it later. All right. We'll be doing some strength work, some balance work, and a lovely stretch at the end. And it's really important for you to work at a level that feels good for you this Monday morning. All right. So let us get our music on. You can decide if you're going to be sat in a chair or stood up, and I'll get the music on. Brilliant. Okay. So I'm at the front half of my chair, okay, sitting up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulders back and down, and just sitting up tall as though I were a puppet and someone's just pulled the string up. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to start with the palms up, and we're just going to do a little figure of 8 here, turning the palms up and down. Brilliant. We've got sunshine in Devon. What's it like with you? Oh, it's beautiful. Now let's make this a bit bigger. Brilliant. Palms up, palms down. Excellent. Again. Brilliant. Now we're going to lift one arm up the side with the palms forwards. We're just going to lift and lower. Brilliant. Same arm, but bring it up the front. You can use your thumb here. Lift and brilliant. 2 more. You're going to change sides. Palm forward, you're going to lift the shoulder. Brilliant. 2 more. Then up the front, leading with the thumb. 2 more. Now, do you reckon we can do those both arms together? Arms forward, we're going to lift. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Just 1 more, then up the front, lead with the thumbs. Brilliant. 2 more. Now we're going to do a little swim forward. So we're going to do a crawl forward. So just nice and small, elbows bent. Well done. Now you're going to reverse. So elbows are bent as we come back. Brilliant. 4 more. Well done. Let's take our attention to our feet. Let's lift the heels one at a time. Lift. Brilliant. And we do this to start warming up the ankles and the calf. 4 more. Last 2, then I want you to lift up the front of the foot. It's a tiny hover, it doesn't do much. Look, lift and down. It's a very effective move, but it doesn't look big, does it? Okay, give me 4 more. Lift and lower. Now, you're going to move on to double heel lifts next. Here we go, lift up both, up and down. Brilliant. So this starts warming up the calves. Okay, give me 4 more. Last 2. Now you're going to lift the front of the foot up. So both together. Lift and down. Excellent. Okay, 4 more. Last 2. Then we're going to do our £1 coin exercise. Heel and toe on the same spot. Here and toe. Brilliant. 2 more. Now you're going to change sides. So heel down first and toe. 2 more. Now we're going to do a heel dig forward and push the arms with it. Here and back. Heel and toe. Brilliant. Now you're going to change sides. So heel forward, back on the toe. 2 more. Now we're just going to do a little side step like we step over the cat. Here and back. Brilliant. 2 more. You're going to change sides. Over and back. Keep the ankle under the knee if you can. Well done. Now you're going to give me a little march here and march. Well done. Now we are going to march for 3, and then on the beat 4 we're going to do a little knee lift. Right, are you ready to join me for a march? Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift. And all you're doing is just hovering that foot and you're remaining sitting up tall. Good. Now, do you reckon that knee lift could turn into a gentle kick? What do you think? 1, 2, 3, and kick. Brilliant. That's it. Few more. Excellent work. Now we're going to do a little ski. So we're going to come down, and as the arms lift, the heels are lifting. Down and down. Brilliant. And again. Last few. Brilliant. Then we're going to march here. Now while we're marching, we're going to add in some arms that we roll round and roll back. One more. And just march here. Well done. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to come up and do this standing. And you could do it in your chair if you wanted to. Move your chair out the way, you'll need it later. Okay, fantastic. Now, what we're going to do, you keep marching for a minute. Those of us who are stood up are going to add in some movement, all right? We are going to march forward and then look back and kick on 4, okay? So standing tall or sitting, let's march forward. So we're going to march 1, 2, 3, and kick and back. You can do the same move but in the chair. Well done. And again, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now we're just going to do a little tap out to the side. So 2 here. You're going to change sides. Brilliant. Tap out, change again. And change. Now that little ski we did earlier, grab your poles, we're going to come down. If we're standing, bottom goes in the bucket. Back nice and long and we're looking forward. Give me 4 more. Last 2. Now we're going to march, we're going to roll those arms round. Here we go. So we're going to go round, go forwards and up. Roll it back. Forwards and up. Then you're going to march forward on the other leg. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, and kick. Now on the kick, I'm adding some arms in. You choose. Again. 1, 2, 3, and last one. Now we're doing those little jacks. We're starting on this side first. 2 here. Change sides. It's great for coordination, this one. Change again. Lift. And change. Okay, we're going to ski next. Grab your poles. We're going down, down, and lift. But in your chair, you can add in a heel lift or a knee lift. 4 more. Last 2. Now we're going to march with our roll rounds. Start this side. We're going round. Arms forward and up. We're going to roll back. Round. Forward and up. Brilliant. You're going to march forward back on that first side here. 1, 2, 3, and kick. Brilliant. 1, 2, 3, kick. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, then it's our jacks. 2 each side. We're going here for 2. Brilliant. Change sides. Change again. And change. Are you ready to go skiing? Grab your poles. Here we go. We're going down and left. Brilliant. Keep the weight through the heels and you're looking forwards. 4 more. Last 2. You're going to march and roll around with the arms. Here we go. We're going round. Arms forwards and up. Brilliant. Roll it round back. Forwards and up. Brilliant. You're marching forward 1 last time. And 1, 2, 3, and kick. Brilliant. In the comments, I'd love to know if you've got sunshine as well. Woo, it's proper hot in Devon. Fantastic. Now it's jacks. 2 each side. Here we go. Change sides. Brilliant. Change again. And change. Now it's last time to go skiing. Here we go. Grab your poles. Down and lift. Excellent. Okay, 4 more. Last 2. Now we're going to roll around one last time. Here we go. March. Forwards and up. Roll back. Down. Forwards and up. Brilliant. And back to a little march. Well done. Now hopefully you're all nice and warm now. Now I'm going to get my chair because we are going to do some leg strengthening exercises. I'm going to turn off the music because we don't need that for now. That's it. Brilliant. So we do leg strengthening exercises, not just because they're fun, but because strong legs help us up the stairs on the bus, getting up and off the toilet. And also those of us over 40 sometimes have issues with our knees. And by having really strong quads, our thigh muscles, will help our knees. Now we're going to do 2 exercises to strengthen the quads to begin with. Okay. Now, the first one we're going to do is start at the back of the chair. So you do that while I turn my fan on. Okay. And you're at the back of the chair and the chair is supporting you and you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay. With your bottom deeply in the chair. Now, we're starting with a bent leg. All right. And all we're going to do is straighten and bend. Okay. So we're going to do 4 on each side to begin with. Okay. So sitting up tall, we're going to lengthen and bend. And as you bend, you could tap the floor or you could float it. It's up to you. It's harder if you float it. So lengthen and bend. Lengthen and bend. 1 more. And we're making sure the leg's moving in a nice straight line. Let's change sides. So sitting tall, lengthen and bend. Brilliant. So you can feel these thigh muscles working as we do our bent leg lifts. Brilliant. Well done. Feet down. And you can just relax by lifting and lowering those alternate heels. Let's start on this side this time. Okay. And to make it a little bit harder, I'll just show you. You're going to lift, point, flex, and lower. So by adding in that little foot point, you're lifted and it's going to be harder work. You don't need to add it in if you don't want to. All right. But we're going to do 6 on each side this time. So we're sitting tall. We're going to lift, point, flex, lower, tap the floor or hover. Lift, point, flex, and down. Again, lift, point, flex, and lower. Lift, point, flex. So 2 more to make it 6. Lift. And 1 more. Excellent work. Okay, give it a pat. Changing sides. So if you need a rest, that's fine. Then we're sitting up tall. Nice strong center. We're going to lift, point, flex, and lower. And we want the leg to be in a nice straight line. That's it. Lift, point, flex. So I've got 3 more to do coming up. That's it. Last 2. And 1 last one. Brilliant. So you really feel those legs doing some work. Now what we're going to do this time is come to the front half of the chair so you can hip walk to the front half of your chair, because scraping your potentially fragile skin on a chair isn't a good thing. So we're at the front half of the chair. The bottom's on the chair, but the thigh isn't. And this time we're going to straighten the leg. Okay. So we've done a bent leg lift. We're now going to do a straight leg lift. Okay. The foot is flexed. We bring the toes up. Okay. Toes towards your nose. Sitting tall. And all we're going to do is hover and lower it down. And it's a little hover is fine. Okay. Because I want you to remain sitting up tall. Okay. Right. Should we do 4 on this side? So we're sitting here. We're going to lift for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Change legs. Straighten. Nice straight line. Ankle, knee, and hip. Okay, sitting tall. Here we go. We're going to lift up for 4 and keep going. 3. You might find your dominant side is easier. It is for me here. Yeah, 1 more. All good. You can feel that work happening. Bend the leg, give it a pat. So shall we do that again with 6? And again, we can add in the point and flex of the foot, which just means your leg is lifted for longer, so it's harder work. You join in at that level if you want to. So straighten the leg out, sit nice and tall. You can hold your chair if you want to, or just have your hands relax naturally. We're going to lift, point, flex, and down. Keep going. Lift. Brilliant. So you can feel some wonderful work happening in your thigh here. Legs remaining straight. Brilliant. So I have 2 more left. Lift, point, flex, and down. 1 more. Lift, point, flex, and lower. Bend that leg. Excellent work. Okay, second side. Sitting tall. We're going to lift, point, flex, and down. Brilliant. So these are sort of exercises you could be doing when you're watching the telly, couldn't you? As long as you've got really good form and you're sitting up tall. That's it. I've got 2 more to go. Lift. And 1 more. Lift. Brilliant. Bring that leg in and give it a pat. That's fantastic. Okay, so you can relax at the back of your chair, but we're going to do one last leg strengthening exercise, which is our sit to stand exercise. Fantastically useful to be reminded how the best way to get up out the chair, off the seat, off the toilet. We want our legs to stay strong so we can remain independent. So I am at the front half of my chair. I've got my feet a hip distance apart. I'm going to come forward, hinge forward, keep that back nice and long, okay, until my nose is over my toes, all right? I'm going to come up to standing, march for 4 in this exercise, feel the chair on the backs of the knees before we sit back down again, and then we can come back up again, unless you need to reposition yourself in the chair before you come back up. Now, we can let the arms help us, or we can cross our arms over our chest. We change them round halfway. If we want to work harder. Why don't we start with 8? Yep, excellent. Okay, so come to the front half of the chair. Feet are a hip distance apart. That's it. So coming forward, nose over toes. Right, so let's come up to standing. We march for 4 just to get the blood circulating. We feel the chair, backs of the knees, we sit down. We come forwards again. March. Feel the chair, sit down again, coming up. Feel the chair, brilliant. And again, lifting up, march, feel the chair, sit back down. That's 4, the first 4 done. If you want to make it harder, cross your arms, come up. Feel the chair, that's it. Brilliant. And I'm just going to do the other way for 2 more. And 1 more. Feel the chair. Brilliant. So that's something else you can be doing on a daily basis to strengthen your legs and keep you independent. Now we're going to do some balance work now. So if you'd like to come up to standing and use your chair. Okay. Now I would suggest you have your chair in front, because we're going to be doing some heel lifts, okay? But if I do that, you won't be able to see. So I'm going to have my chair here, but I would suggest you have yours at the front, all right? So the chair is just there to keep us safe and stable, all right? And this is when we want our shoes, proper shoes, trainers on our feet so that we're safe doing our balance work. Think about the posture first. We're going to get those shoulders back and down, and we're standing up really nice and tall, lovely strong center. Now let's just start by lifting one heel and lowering it down. Lift the other heel and lowering it down. Let's do 1 more each side. That's it. Well done. So you are going to make sure you're safe. Just a little, you could have a firm touch, a light fingertip touch, a hover, or no contact with the chair, but know it's there. So all we're going to do first is we're going to slowly lift the heels up and then lower the heels down, okay? It's a small move, but it's trickier than it looks, okay? And of course, you could do this in a chair if you didn't feel able to do it stood up. Okay, you can just lift the heels up and lower them down. Again, so lift them up and lower them down. Brilliant. So, of course, if you're here with holding the chair in front of you, you're nice and tall, you come up and you come down. And you're trying to stay as tall as you can. Let's do 3 more. So we're going to do 3 and you're going to let the arms lift up the front if you're not holding on. Give me 2 more. And 1 more. Lift. Brilliant. Well done. Now we're just going to lift the front of the feet up. Okay. That's quite tricky. Hold on to the chair. You're just going to lift. And I find it's easier to actually move. A bit like a penguin. You've got the front of the feet lifted as we just walk round on the heels. All right. Not so easy for me because I haven't got that much space here. But have a little walk on your heels if your space allows. That's it. And I'm back to my start here. Fantastic. Okay. Going back to our heel lifts, we can just lift up and lower down, or we can go down slowly. All right. So we're just going to do 4 more heel lifts. So we're going to lift up and then come down slowly. That's it. So you can have arms on the chair or lifting up the front and come down slowly. Lifting up, balancing, calming down slowly, and 1 more. Lift, lower down slowly. So that's a way you can make it harder. All right. Now we've been looking forwards. Okay. If you wanted to make it trickier still, you can hold the chair if you need to. You can lift up, move your head, then come back to the center and lower down. Any sort of head movement will challenge your balance. So depending on how good your balance is today, you could add in a cheeky head move if you fancied. We're just going to do 4 more heel lifts and you can decide what level you want to work at. All right, so we can lift, we can move the head, we can lower down, lift up, move the head and lower down. That does make it harder, doesn't it? Lift up, balance, and down. 1 more. Lift up and down. Fantastic. Well done. Okay, so we've done our balance work. And what we're going to do now is a lovely stretch. So have a little drink of water. I'm going to put some gentle music on and we're going to have a lovely stretch. Here we are. Now we're going to start using our chair for our stretch. So we're going to stand behind the chair. We're stood up nice and tall. And we're just going to bring the heel towards the bottom. And we're stretching the quads here. They've done lots of work today, so they deserve a lovely stretch. The knees are side by side. We're stood up nice and tall. We straighten that leg and bring the other heel towards the bottom. And just be nice and tall. Fantastic, and pop that foot down. Now we're going to use our chair for a lovely upper back stretch. We're going to soften the knees. Put the hand, one hand here and the other palm is up. And we're just going to thread it through. This is called thread the needle. Thread it through. Palm is up. We then gently turn with that bent arm. Look to see where the bent arm is going. Then thread through again. That's it. And then gently turn. So we've done 2 like that. We're going to do 2 more. Thread through. And then this time it's a gentle turn with the bent arm. You could lengthen it if that were comfortable. And 1 more. Thread through. And gently turn. Open if you wish. We bring that arm down and we just roll the shoulders. So we're going to change sides now. Back to the soft knees, okay? Hand here, palm up. Thread through. And it's a gentle rotation with that bent arm to start with. So lovely upper back and shoulder stretch here. Lovely. We're going to do 2 more. So the next 2, if you want to, we can rotate with the bent arm and lengthen. Lovely side stretch there. 1 more. Well done. And we're just going to roll those shoulders. Now we're going to come down to our chair now. Okay, we're going to be in the back of the chair to begin with, feet flat on the floor. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to hold on to the chair, reach up, and then gently reach over for 1, 2, and 3. And as we're doing this stretch, it's really important to sit deeply in the chair so you're safe. So reach up and reach over. 1, 2, and 3. Fantastic. And bring that arm down, keep it straight, and just help it in towards the body. You can use your hand or your elbow for a deeper stretch. Well done. We're going to change sides. Hold on to the chair. Reach up, sitting deeply in the chair. Lengthen and just reach over for 1, 2, 3. Come up again. And one more time. Reach up and reach over. Feeling that lovely side stretch. We bring the arm down, keeping it straight. Bring it in towards the body with the hand or the elbow. That shoulder stretch. Well done. And just roll those shoulders. Now we're just going to do a little rotational stretch, okay? So we're going to put both hands on this knee. And we're going to be turning that way, so I want this hand on the top. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, and then my hand travels to my hip as I just gently turn to look to one side. Then come back to the start. Let's do that again. So we sit tall, and if it's comfortable, let the hand travel to your hip, and you look over to your side. Brilliant. Let's change sides. So now this hand is on the top. Sit tall. Travel as the hand comes to the hip. And we do it one more time. Sitting up and gently turning. Brilliant. I'm going to move to the front half of my chair now. Bottom's on the chair, but my thighs aren't. Okay. And I'm going to start by just lifting my foot, putting my hands under my knee and just sitting up nice and tall here. That's it. Lower that foot down, straighten it out the front and flex the foot. So just by bringing the foot up, I hope you can feel a nice calf stretch there. On this side, you've got the ankle under the knee. I'm going to put the hands above the knee. I'm going to sit tall and then moving forward from the hips, just ease forwards to get a lovely stretch in the back of your thigh and your hamstrings. That's it. So we sit tall and ease forwards. Brilliant. Okay, bring that foot in. So second side, we just lifted the knee. Hands under the knee as we just lift that foot. Make sure it's comfortable. That's it. Lower the foot down, lengthen the leg out the front. Just flex the foot, bring the foot up. That's it. And as you do that, hopefully you feel a nice calf stretch there. Hands on the bent knee. We sit tall and lengthen and then ease forwards. Brilliant. So hopefully you can feel that stretch. Again, so we sit tall and ease forwards. Brilliant. And then come up and we're going to sit further back in the chair. So feet flat on the floor, lovely breath in. As we breathe out, bring those arms down. Give yourself a round of applause. Well done. So Way to Fitness Online, I do 3 Young at Heart classes a week. That's a seated and standing one. We do walk club and we also do a gentle Pilates mat-based class. So let me know in the comments if you'd like more details. And thank you for joining me today. Bye. Right.